What's up, my family and friends? I am back with what is hot in K-pop lately. And this matter, I've actually seen a few times already on old K-pop, and I try not to touch upon it because I don't think at first that is any big deal. But because like a lot of news already surrounds this group with the military, and a lot of times it's just the members being safe and how they would just say go into the hospital, or they were caught with marijuana. And I'm sure by now you know which group I'm talking about, and it's obviously Big Bang. And by all means, I fucking love them. I really like how there's still so many social media coverage about them, even though they're on the military. But in the same time, I personally don't think that it's should be the center of media at the moment, when there are so much other groups out there who should get more attention than say Big Bang. I'm not saying Big Bang doesn't deserve any attention, they still do, but I really actually hope that the media can come in perspective where they can respect the groups of the members and try not to talk and expose them too much. And obviously, there's this other side of the story where conspiracy theory, where they want to keep the groups more relevant. Therefore, they need more news to update people. So if it brings publicity, nothing's really a negative publicity, as we've learned from Young now. And obviously news are generated through that, and by making it very what do you call it, really personal to us, though therefore the media will target groups that we love. And being Big Bang, which is surrounding since like the start of the year, how with the whole TOP getting listed, and how all the allocations of where the militaries are pointed at, and as well as G-Dragon, a few times rushing into hospital and stuff, which had reflected a lot on how social media nowadays has affected us, is because they just want information. They just want hot topic that honestly isn't probably a big deal to be on the news. So hence why I said I'd rather not talk about these kind of topics, especially when the groups and bands of the members are in the military. I mean, when you hear groups of members who are actually in the military, you rarely hear about other groups in the past. Like, say, I remember like when Super Junior and stuff, where a few members of them were in the military. Yeah, it was told that where they were assigned to, and that's pretty much about it. You don't really hear much news surrounding it. And once Big Bang actually got put into the military, like all of them now, you start hearing different stories. Like, it's like one after another. It's like, I reckon it's not really that fair for, number one, for the groups themselves. Like, they don't need them that much of attention. Like, they are the hottest group, modern group, like, no doubt, of K-pop. They're the god of K-pop. You don't need them to get even more exposed, because overexposing them would just, I reckon, demean, and it actually defeats the whole purpose of having them in the military, is because they need that hiatus as well. They need to grow on their own without so much people following their ass every single day. And you see, it's like I said, it's really unfair to other group as well, because, for example, smaller groups and they have members actually in the military who could be potentially experiencing the same thing as well, but as you can see, because they're not the toppest group in Korea, they don't get to shine as much as Big Bang. So, with that being said, I've already seen so many news with each member of Big Bang, and yeah, I just feel like I should really have this opinion about it and share with you guys how I feel. But since I already opened the page, I might as well read, because I actually didn't read about anything with this whole G-Dragon situation again, of him going to hospitals, I don't know, something like that. I've never really seen, I've saw the title, but I don't want to click into it. I'm reluctant to click into it, because I think that it's going to be, like, fine. Like, it's going to just be news that are made simply because of social media wants it to be in news. Sorry about the cough. So let's find out what's actually happening. So G-Dragon reportedly forced out of his hospital room while still in need of rehabilitation for surgery. See, look, it's really negative of what they're doing already, positioning, the military in a bad position, and how they are forcing the Big Bang groups back. Pretty much the military is always the bad people in this media, and I don't think it's really that fair, honestly, though. And obviously you'll get like two sides of the hate, someone obviously coming in saying how Big Bang shouldn't be treated like that, blah blah blah, but at the same time the military have to also defend themselves. And honestly, I reckon this is just a whole conspiracy theory just to make some news. So anyways, G-Dragon has been forced out of his hospital room at Yangzhou Armed Force Hospital. The report said that G-Dragon was moved back to his army division in Chongwon on June 29th, without consent from himself or his legal guardians. In response to the claims, represented by Yang Zhou simply said, "Please inquire the Ministry of the Defense for specific details." However, the Ministry of Defense is currently unable to contact the media. I reckon that's the best they could do, because anything they do is just gonna reflect really bad on the military themselves. Back on June 25, G-Dragon became involved in the special celebrity treatment controversy. Yeah, look, that's something I saw as well, and I don't want to talk about it, while receiving surgery in his ankle. Despite the fact that both his label and Ministry of Defense deny rumors of special treatment as false, additional news reporter continued to argue that G-Dragon was in fact receiving special treatment. That intrigues me. That makes me feel like, holy shit, simply it's because just G-Dragon, news are out there, even though obviously there are two sides of the story. Some could say that it's definitely true, and right now I'm actually not taking sides, but I just want to sort of slow everyone down and talk about this whole situation as by breaking them bit by bit, and obviously, if it's actually true that G-Dragon is getting special treatment because of his status, then, it's not a good thing to do that, because it makes other band members and other bands who are gonna go into the military feel like they're not being prioritized because they're not as a big star. But in the same time, again, with the label and the ministry, denying, I think that is solid evidence enough to state that, G-Dragon isn't actually getting special treatment. And also, G-Dragon himself hasn't even spoken out either, and I don't think he needs to. And that's another way. I guess they would use these negativities of media coverage on their advantage in the same time. Simply because they don't say anything, people are just going to speculate. And that's why people like me will start coming out and giving their opinions and stuff, and that's what generates people to stay tuned. I'm going to continue reading before I continue. So meanwhile, one army personnel also recently became involved in a controversy by healthily intruding on G-Dragon's privacy. The personnel in question kept a very in-depth recording of G-Dragon's daily activities and information, then sent information to his acquaintance to made public. Again, all these things surrounding by the media and the military and the band members, you really don't have solid evidence proving what's what. But obviously, definitely, the media would want you to keep track of what's actually going on, because again, they will want to keep the members as relevant as possible while they're enlisted, and as soon as they come back, they don't want to affect their status. But again, my point being, I reckon G-Dragon and the rest of the group don't need such coverage. I don't think it's really fair for them. It puts a lot of pressure on them. It makes us as fans feel like, oh shit, they're shoving, them back down to our throat, even though we've already accepted the fact that, each group has to go to the military, and it's not good for us as fans. But at the same time, I really don't want to hear such negative media, social media is talking about my favorite group members either. Whether or not it's true or not, it doesn't really matter. Once there's news about it, it just puts that much extra pressure to each member, and I don't believe G-Dragon will want that. But in the same time, simply because it's already happened, like I said before, they would have already taken advantage of this and just simply don't say anything. They have the labels and the military denying everything, and that generates obviously even more people commenting and talking about it, and I think this will just last longer, and I shit you not, it's gonna definitely happen more, definitely more things gonna be updated, more information, more rumors being spread. Whether or not it's gonna be true, no one actually knows for sure, but as a big Bang fan, I really don't think, like I said, that they should be receiving so much media coverage. You know, I care about them, like, no doubt about it. I love them to bits. But for those who may or may not agree with what I'm saying right now, I just want to know what you guys think too. You know, I mean, by all means, if you guys don't think that what I'm saying is correct, do comment down below. I'm open to have a discussion with you guys. But for those who actually also agree with me in saying that they actually don't need such coverage, you know, do support my opinions if you guys can as well. And I want to hear how you guys think, or maybe different from me. So, yes, just a little update. I usually don't talk that much for K-pop news, but I think this is just something I really want to address and get off my chest. Been talking for like 10 minutes, okay? I'm losing saliva and my mouth is getting really dry. So, yeah, tell me what you guys think about even this just whole K-pop series. Do you guys like me doing more of this in the future and just keep you guys updated? And like I said, it's kind of hypocritical for me to talk about the news when I said I didn't want to do it at first, but now I'm doing it, so... But anyways, something I just want to get off my chest as well to just share with you guys. So yes, my name is Hung Up. I do reaction videos for MVs, K-pop, trailers, whatever, anything that I feel like it's going to be intriguing, I'll share it and I'll make it. So yes, comment down below, like I said before, share it to your friends, thumbs up to your friends. I'll see you guys next time. This is Hung Up with K-pop news. Cheers!